This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. Just when most of us thought that the LEGO Ninjago line was over, they came back with the comeback of the century. This is not a drill, and welcome back to W Bricks.
That's right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to W Bricks, and welcome on into another LEGO Ninjago video, where today 4 of the 2025 summer LEGO Ninjago sets did leak over online, and this is very, very exciting. There are some very big positives here today. Honestly, it's just completely refreshing for me to see some absolutely insane sets releasing, and I cannot wait to dive in. So without further ado, guys, hit the like button and subscribe down below if you have not already, and drop a comment letting me know which set you are most excited for. Let's dive in. Let's freaking dive in right now. All right, so we're going to start off with the sets that I like the least and then move up to the ones that I like the most. So first off here, I'm going to start off with the $200 Temple Destiny's Bounty set. And this is one that has had a lot of speculation as to whether or not people would like it. Obviously, guys, I can't show you the images here today. I'm going to be able to talk to you about them like I'm basically just showing you the picture, but I just can't show you the picture today. Of course, there will be videos in the future where we kind of take an in-depth look at all the little details of the sets with the pictures, but I just can't show them today because I'll get copyright struck, and I just got rid of my 2 copyright strikes on the other channel. I'd like to be a little copyright strike free for a little bit, so I'm not going to be able to show you the images, but if you are interested in them, drop a comment down below and I'll tell you a way of how you are able to find them. So with that being said, we're going to talk about the Temple Destiny's Bounty first, and then we'll move on to the other 3 sets. So first off, when it comes to the Temple Bounty build, I'm genuinely just not impressed with this one. This one is definitely my least favorite of the 4 sets that we got revealed today. I'm going to definitely be interested to see what this is like in person. Don't worry, guys. I can guarantee I'm going to review all 4 of these sets in the summer. These are the ones that absolutely I'm going to be picking up. So I'll probably just pick up the whole wave, let's be honest. But I'm just not too impressed with this. I think the sales on it look good. It's very, very reminiscent of the 2017 Destiny's Bounty from the movie, which is okay. That's a good thing. I like the dragon symbol. I think that's the source dragon symbol in the center there. Overall, the Destiny's Bounty looks very odd. Very odd. And I guess I'm talking about it by looking at the image, but then trying to describe it to you guys at the same time if you have not seen the image already. It's very, very thin. It's a very thin Destiny's Bounty. It's long and it's got good length on it, but the overall width is very, very thin. The color scheme is black, burgundy, tan, and reddish brown. There's a bit of regular red in there as well. I actually really like the front of it. It's very reminiscent of a real ship. This is definitely the most realistic bounty ever made. I think that might be why I dislike it. This is definitely the most realistic ship. You know, when you think of Ninjago Destiny's Bounties, you don't really think realistic. It's an airship. But I think that it's got kind of a steampunk vibe to it. Like, if you guys know what steampunk is, it's got a little bit of a steampunk vibe in there with the color scheme and a little bit of the look there. There's like a red dragon that goes through the build, and there's some lanterns on the body of the red dragon. The head at the front looks good. There is a new red dragon mold. It's not on the front, but it's a little bit above the front of the ship, and I really like the look of this mold for the dragon, so that is a big plus as well. The back engines just look terrible. I mean, it doesn't really look like an engine at all. It's like 2 little wings on the back. Definitely not my favorite thing there. I'm going to be interested to see how much interior there is. Like I mentioned right at the start, it looks very, very thin. Basically, to me, it looks like maybe 8 studs wide from this angle. So I'm very curious to see what the interior will actually be, because I just don't see how there could be a massive interior with such a thin ship. Also, considering that this set is $200, I just am not seeing it, especially considering there are 6 minifigures that we can see included in this set, that being the reused Wildfire again. It is crazy. This minifigure will be out for basically a year and 10 months when this set releases. Or a year and 5, 6, 7, 8 months, somewhere in there. It's just ridiculous to me how this minifigure is everywhere. Rogue J is back again, so that's fine. No reason not to include him here. It's a minifigure for this year. We have a new Nia, Zane, and Cole minifigure. Once again, Cole being included at the extremely expensive price point is disappointing for the Cole fans. I just don't understand why they're gatekeeping Cole to such a high expensive area of Ninjago. And then Zarked is included in this set as well, so this is going to give you an opportunity to get Zarked. 6 minifigures and a Ninjago playset for Dragons Rising is just not what I want to see for $200. They're really just cutting down on minifigures and sets these days. Maybe there's more that we can't see. Some images don't contain all the figures, so maybe this set doesn't have all the figures. I will say there is a gold and transparent red blade in Cole's hands, and holy smokes, it looks sick. I think it might be like the dragon sword shard thing that the Source Dragon gave to Lloyd at the end of Dragons Rising Season 2 Part 2. It might be that blade. But it looks very, very cool. I cannot wait to see more. I think we're going to have to see more of this bounty. Like I mentioned, not my favorite. Definitely my least favorite of the reveals today. But this has been one that is, been heavily speculated on from the beginning. How would it turn out? And I think that the color scheme is just too bland for me. I really like the Destiny's Bounty from Dragons Rising Season 1. I think that set was really good, other than the front that was a little odd. But this one, it's just really dull in comparison. The other one's bright and vibrant and fun, and this one is like steampunk medieval vibes. And I mean, I just don't like it for Ninjago, for the Ninja. It's a completely different vibe. So just not my thing. But let's move on to the next set and talk about the Lloyd's $100 jet. Okay, so the Lloyd's $100 jet set. And this one is definitely interesting. Obviously, the image that we've seen is the back of the box art. So we don't see all the minifigures up close. There are 5 minifigures included in the set. Let's break this down. First off, this set has a very, very small little thing for Sora to fly on. Honestly, it is basically the exact same thing that came in the Ninja combo vehicle from last year, that absolute joke of a polybag build. It is literally basically 2.0 of that. It is a complete joke. I have no idea why this is even in the set. It looks horrendous. Can we please get my girl Sora here some good stuff to fly and drive? Because this just ain't cutting it. As for the other build in the set, we have this like bone dragon that the other Forbidden 5 member is riding on. I don't remember his name. It's the one that's like covered in band-aids or toilet paper or whatever people are saying. I see him back there. I don't think it's Rocks. I think it is him included in the set. And he's on this like bone skeleton looking dragon that's, looks to be about a $15, $20 dragon size. And from what I can see in this image, holy smokes, it looks good. Like that looks like one of the best dragons of all time at that size. Also, the new head sculpt on the front looks fantastic as well. There's a new like bone skull head at the front. Looks so good, guys. It looks so good. That small white bone dragon can attach to the Thunderfang set from earlier this year, or actually just a couple weeks ago. So very exciting there to be able to combine this with another set on shelves at the same time. That's a great concept. Great job there. Then we have the jet. And honestly, when I first saw this, I really hated it. It's grown on me a little bit, but it's just not what I expected. This year we had the really, really, really peak Aaron's jet set for $50. And looking at this Lloyd's jet mech set, it's just not my favorite, simply because the central part of it is just so dang fat. And if you have not seen the image yet, don't forget, comment down below. I'll tell you how you can see these images right now. Of course, these are blurry, not the best images to begin with, but you can still make out the set pretty well. It's just very, very chunky, very fat, and the front of it is very, very thin and small. So it's not my favorite look there. When it's folded down into the mech position, I actually really like the look of it up in the top right-hand corner of the box. We can kind of get a look at what it looks like in the mech position, and I think the cockpit and everything looks really good there. But when it's all extended out into the jet, it just doesn't work because you have this really thin little cockpit at the front. You've got this massively fat center. And then you've got these 2 really thin wings on either side. And then, of course, the legs are just kind of stretched backwards in an arc shape. You like a moon arc shape in the back. It's just odd. It's just odd. Maybe this is one that in person is going to be better. When I look at the image of it on the far right-hand side of the box, at the very bottom, it shows kind of a far back view of it. I think it looks good, like very good. but that up close image is just not my favorite. This is one that obviously I've been talking very highly about for months since we had the name revealed. This is the set that I've been most excited for. And it feels a little disappointing, but at the same time, I'm going to have to hold off on this one a little bit more before I can make my final thoughts on this. I'm going to have this set in person because I think that there definitely are some positives. And when I'm looking at this, I am liking it more than when I initially saw it. So it's just going to have to take me a little bit of time to get used to this design, to get used to this look. So we'll see in a couple months, or a couple of days when we get more images and these are fully revealed from Lego. We'll see what comes from it. We'll see what I think. For the minifigures, I can't really tell. I can tell the Forbidden Five. I can tell Sora and Lloyd. I think there might be a Zane in this set and then maybe a Dragonian. I can't really tell. The box, the top of it is just so dang blurry. You really can't see much. So 5 minifigures, $100, especially considering that the other $200 set has 6 minifigures. I'll take what I can get at this point. All right. We got to talk about Ninjago Legends. All right, so let's talk about Legends first. Let's talk about the sub-theme of Ninjago Legends to begin with, and then we'll talk about the two sets, because this is where my faith and hope in Ninjago has been restored. Genuinely, this has got me so excited. I've recorded this segment like 6 times now because I keep leaving myself speechless looking at these sets because they're so good. And everybody's gonna be like, oh, W's glazing. I mean, I've gotten like one comment ever of somebody saying that I glazed Ninjago. This is like peak Ninjago. This is peak Lego here. So let's talk about Legends first, and then we'll talk about the two sets individually. First off, Ninjago Legends is the new sub-theme of Lego Ninjago. And what this basically is going to be is it's going to be the UCS version of Lego Ninjago. So the Star Wars Ultimate Collectors series, the creator expert of Lego Ninjago. And this is a massive plus. This is something that we've needed for a long time, and people have been asking for a very, very long time. Ninjago has done the same thing for 14 years. And after 14 years, basically everybody's burned out of it. Sure, you get some new fans, but the rate at which new fans are coming in is definitely not keeping up with the rate at which they're leaving, because nobody's buying Ninjago. At the release a couple days ago on March 1st, I saw one person leave the Lego store with a Ninjago set. Other than that, the sets on the shelves were basically completely full for Ninjago. Nobody was buying it. Ninjago had the most expensive release that day. No one was buying it. I think one Ninjago City Workshop sold before I got there, and the line was packed for over 2 hours in line at the Lego store. Nobody's buying Ninjago nowadays. They need to switch it up. And so Ninjago Legends is going to be that switch up. And I think that this is exactly what they needed to do. They needed to go for this 18 plus line. Now, first off, I'm very glad it's not 18 plus and we don't get the ugly black plain boxes. We're going to continue to get very nice looking boxes. Now, they don't look like the classic Ninjago boxes. They have their own unique design to them, which I'm very, very thankful for as well. So if you've seen the image of the Fire Knight mech set, instead of having like a detailed background or something where the mech is standing, you have like a diagonal half. It is gorgeous. It really is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous design. It was a gorgeous idea. They did an incredible job. This, when I look at this box, and this is what I assume all the boxes will look like, probably, different shades of their colors in the set. Obviously, the Fire Knight mech is red for Kai. But this is amplified to a whole new level. When I look at this, it doesn't even feel like a Lego product. Honestly, I would be happy if all Lego sets looked like this in the future. This is very, very good, especially 18 plus. Maybe not the kids' toys and stuff like that. The regular Lego lines, they need to have the fun backgrounds, but this is far superior to any 18 plus box ever made. It sets itself apart from everything else, I should say. While at the same time, it's classy. It stands out. It's got a pop to it. And it just screams premium product. It screams premium product when I look at it. The Fire Knight mech written sideways down the box looks so good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Whew, I got to breathe for a second. Okay. But seriously, Ninjago Legends is going to be this step from Ninjago, always being a kid's theme. It's been a kid's theme. It's been a kid's toy for 14 years. And of course, people of all ages love and collect Ninjago. I'm an adult. I love and collect Ninjago, and I have since January 14th, 2011, when it released. But you got to switch stuff up. And so having a regular toy line out at the same time of having the prestigious new adult quotation mark, collectible Ninjago items, this is the move. And I'm very, very happy. As you guys know, I've just been so discouraged and disappointed with Ninjago lately. And this feels like a massive step in the right direction. I really hope that this Legends line continues. It's like the new core line, it's its own thing. I really hope that this continues and just continually does lots of these very fancy sets to put on shelves. Maybe 2 or 3 a year. We don't need a lot of them. We don't need an entire shelf full of Legend sets. We need 2 or 3 a year. Maybe one in January, one in March, one in the summer. That's totally fine. And next year with the 25th anniversary, I would love to see a Legend set, or not 25th anniversary. Holy crap, that would be crazy. The 15th anniversary of Ninjago. I would love to see, maybe a Legend style of the Fire Temple, the original Fire Temple. I think they could do that very, very well. Also, how I'm kind of bringing this around, if you're like, oh, what does W mean 18 plus? Why is he calling this an adult set? To me, it looks just like a Lego set. It is. It's a Lego set. But if you take a look at the branding, Lego is very specific with the branding. Like I mentioned, the different box, the different styles. There's no longer the little picture of Kai in the corner or whatever. It's been simplified down to basically the bare minimum within a very clean background. But if we take a look at the actual set portion, both of the Legend sets right now are built off of a small black circular base plate thing. And so as, of course, when we look at other Ultimate Collector's items or other adult styled sets, they typically have some sort of black base around them to simplify it down or symbolize the adult aspect of the set that it's meant for display. It's like a plaque across the bottom. And so both of these sets include it. And I assume that this circular black plaque will be the norm going forward into the actual theme. That basically, and then of course, the very, very small amount of minifigures here, 2 minifigures in the set. Typically, I'd say, what the heck? But if we're going for this adult theme, if we're going for this adult collecting theme for Lego Ninjago, the 2 minifigures works here. When it comes to the regular kids toy line of Lego Ninjago, there needs to be minifigures, especially in Ninjago. This is a theme that revolves around figures and the characters of the show. You've got to include figures there. But if we're making this sub-theme, if this sub-theme is, based around the adult collector, which it clearly is, then 2 minifigures is fine, considering, the Star Wars helmets are $70, $80 now, and they don't get minifigures. I buy the UCS sets for Star Wars, and I get 1 or 2 minifigures, and I always have. I always will. That's perfectly acceptable for these adult collector items. Once again, if this was in the regular Ninjago line, the regular Ninjago branding, just the regular kids toy, that doesn't cut it. It doesn't work. But since we're in a new sub-theme, we're in a new era of Lego Ninjago, we play by different rules, and this is going to be, the norm going forward into Ninjago Legends, I assume. As for the actual sets, let's get in and talk about these sets a little bit. I obviously already talked about the Fire Knight mech a little bit. Guys, I'm so blown away by this. I saw this image. It was sent to me this morning, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I need it. Guys, I'm going to be in line, first in line, Lego store, June 1st or August 1st, whatever date, to get this set. If anyone finds one early, send me a message. I will pay. I don't care. I will pay to get it here early. I want this set. I want this set bad. This is the Fire Knight mech. This is the Fire Titan mech that we've been waiting for forever. The arms look great. I can see shoulder joints. I can see elbow joints. I can see wrist joints. Obviously, there are hip joints, there are knee joints, and there are foot joints. So this is fully decked out. Fantastic. The hands look great. Black and gold. You've got this gorgeous cape flowing off in the background, and that is not just, how it looks on the box. It will actually have a Technic bar in there to keep the cape flowing so that it'll look all flowy when it's on display. You've got this black and gold trident that it's holding, which looks very cool. It's shoving the blade of the trident into the mouth of a pink and black sea monster, which is also holding on to a little fisherman in a boat. Very, very cool. Speaking of the fisherman, he is the other minifigure in the set, which is fine. Kai is no longer labeled as Kai on the box as well. He is now labeled as the Master of Fire, which is just aura points to the max, guys. Like, for real, that sounds so freaking cool. People are going to be like, when I release my merch 2.0 in a couple of months or a couple of weeks or whatever, whenever I do it, and it's Master of Fire, they're going to be like, oh, he copied it off of this. Nope, I did it first, guys. I did it first a couple months ago. But seeing Master of Fire on the box, just wow, very cool. Very cool. Overall, the set is clean. Red, burgundy, dark red, gold color scheme. Exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I would think of for a Kai mech. He's got his foot up on like a little portion of a dock, obviously outside the sea monster and the fisherman boat and the fisherman. Guys, oh my gosh, it looks good. Okay, with that being said though, let's move on to the other one. I got to move my picture over because I'm looking at the sets actively on my computer. Okay, and there it is. Oh my gosh, I see this set and it's like, oh, so gorgeous. The $150 Guardian, Dragon, and Temple set. Obviously, this one was long speculated to be the return of OG Ninjago with the Fire Temple and Flame from 2011. Like I mentioned, I am hoping that we can see Flame and the Fire Temple return in a Legend-style set. But this is immaculate. This right here, I don't need to have the set in person to know that this is the best dragon of all time. I don't need this in person to know that this will be the greatest dragon build of all time. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Once again, it's leaving me speechless. Okay, see guys, I usually don't get speechless when I do these, but it's like, oh my gosh, you just look at it and it's like, wow. Color scheme, fantastic. Color scheme of this, guys, is going to be green, tan, and gold. We got a little bit of black and brown in there. A little bit of like an amber orange around there too. It looks very, very good. Just kind of like a little highlight piece, like a little bit of glowing orange. Looks like an arc dragon, basically. It's massive. You got Sensei Wu down there. It looks like he has a new golden dragon shoulder armor piece, which looks very cool. The dragon is standing on his hind legs, wings spread, neck arched up, face looking down, tail wrapped around a small little mountain or like a corner of a mountain. You've got a little pathway with a little waterfall going through right there. And then you also have this gorgeous little like Asian styled red entrance to where the temple would be. So there actually is no temple in this set. It is just the dragon. And of course it is built upon a black circular base once again. Guys, this is just immaculate. Immaculate. That's the word for it here. Breathtaking. Looking at this isn't even a Lego set anymore. This is a work of art. This is not just the kids theme. Set. It's there. It's around. Has to be a new designer. They had the teenagers or the people living in their past collect Ninjago. It's just a little kids thing. They know how to make a dragon. Taking a look at this, it brings Ninjago into a whole new light. It shows how prestigious this is. So freaking amazing. How fantastic it is. Looks to be the biggest dragon of all time as well. I'm blown away. $150. I really am blown away at this mech. I'm blown away at the concept. Oh my gosh, this is what we needed. And it really is. It really is. If you guys have not seen the images, redundant or whatever, you guys are like, yeah, Discord, seriously, they'll be around. I don't think you guys comment on the post, and I'll tell you how you can find them. Disappointed I've been recently. I mean, you guys have seen my videos and stuff. But I've been so discouraged from Ninjago. It is something special, guys. I feel like if they continue this Legend stuff, this saves Ninjago. Where they want to take Ninjago, it has given us something new to look forward to. It has given us this new sub-theme. It's given us this new sub-line that is going to bring down the price of the summer as well. Of course, if you want to buy all the Ninjago sets, it's still going to be $850, but since Ninjago is going to be divided into two sub-themes, that is going to take $120 and $150 away, so $270 away from that $800 price point, $850 price point, bringing it down to about $580, $600 for the summer wave, which is perfectly normal if you were to buy all the play scale sets. These new sets are in their own realm. They're in their own thing. It is their own line. We are back. We are freaking back, man. I genuinely have not been this excited for a Ninjago set since I think the 2017 Fire Mech or maybe the 2015 City of Styx. I think that was the last time I've been this excited for a set. And this is without and I'm the minifigure guy, and these sets don't even have minifigures. I'm the minifigure guy of the community, and I don't even care. I want these sets so bad. That's how you know that this is just this is crazy. Guys, I'm just overwhelmed with how fantastic these sets are. Thank you for watching today. If you've seen the images, make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know which set is your favorite. What do you think about the other two play scale sets we talked about at the beginning? I know they kind of got overshadowed by the Legend stuff. I'm going to be making a video on Ninjago Legends in a couple of days. Hopefully find out some more information on it. Hopefully get a few more images. And hopefully there'll be a video with all the images soon where I can, take an in-depth look, on my computer with the mouse and everything. We can take an in-depth, close look at everything, every detail of the sets together. So thank you for spending your time here with me today. If you enjoyed, as always, hit the like button and subscribe down below. And I'll see y'all later on W Breaks.